Well, howdy there, ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals. Did you miss me? Well, no, of course you didn't. Haha, but, yeah, I'm not officially breaking hiatus, but, I've made this video because I have things to get off my chest. Recently, I have noticed a lot of people leaving on me, and I just wanted to address the issue of leaving. You know, just give my view on it. I wouldn't say this is a rant, though, you know, some of it does piss me off. You know, make of it what you will, that's all I'm going to say, and I'm doing it as a, you know, with battles as well, because, well, you know, you might not just want to listen to me, you might actually want to, see something as it's going on. And oh, they've played Sylvia, right? Oh great, yeah, I could have actually caused a big life gap there if I didn't have freaking roots. Okay, could go with you. Okay, I will confess I have notes in front of me, so I can still keep my attention on the match. Right, I have noticed that in this big mass of levers, that there are 4 kinds of levers. 2 of them you could group into one, but I'd rather not. And I'm going to list them in the order of who pees me off least to most. So we'll start off with the type of lever that doesn't pee me off that much, and that is people who leave a match after fulfilling a specific character. This can happen when there's LD missions that require a specific character, new missions, you know, stuff like that, or say there's an LD mission that requires that you take pills, so say it's Bonnie LDs come out again, some people might full pill Dahlia, they might full pill Cheryl, you know, stuff like that. And I actually had quite a, well, I thought it was funny at the time, but I had quite a funny incident a couple of days back where I was doing a couple of the Jungo LD missions, and my opponent had Jungo as well, and it's like, okay, you've just full pilled a Shiko, why? Because let's face it, a Shiko is not the best card out there, you can't do that much damage with him, and I knew he didn't have a mission in general. So I got a bit confused, and then a couple of matches later I unlocked the Jungo LD mission where you have to, I think it's gain 50 life of Shiko, and I was like, ah, okay. You know, people who leave after doing that, you know, full-pilling a specific character, I don't mind it too much because, well, 1, it's usually in the first round, and 2, you know, they're actually gaining some mission progress. Well, they must gain some mission progress because, well, I shouldn't have done that, should I? Should have realised they were going to Fury. But, yeah, they actually gained some mission progress. And I really don't know where I'm going with this. I guess it's because they're not leaving for the sake of leaving, which is what you could actually do not want to specifically challenge you. Nothing against you, just don't want to specifically challenge anyone. The next kind of lever is those who leave at the start of a match. Now, I don't get this, because it's like, come on. Are you leaving because you don't want to lose to me? Are you leaving because you feel you cannot win? Sometimes it's like, what's going through their head? I've actually got here written on a piece of paper, come on, at least try, you never know, you might beat me. Most of the time, they usually do. Somehow they do. But yeah, I guess it annoys me a little because it's one of those you don't know until you try. And leaving is like the, I'm not fucking doing that. And then you've got the next one, which you could kind of group with the people who leave at the start of the match, is people who leave after they lose the first round. As if to say, whoa, I've got no chance now, I'm backing off. Because there have been a few matches where I've lost in the first round. I could have backed out, and I didn't. and I went on to win the match. And speaking of losing the first round, I'm going to lose, aren't I? You stop the ability. My bonus stops your ability, but then you've got the uppers bonus. Oh, what am I going to do? 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 See, I don't have to worry about you two because you've just got abilities, but you've got bloody deadly bonus. But then your bonus is quite deadly as well, and I actually need to play something, so... I'm actually going to go with Gerchan. Probably not the best move to do. There we go. But yeah. Oh wow. Speaking of losing the first round, I ended up winning that. But yeah, I had to, you know, if they were to leave now, that would kind of pee me off, because it's like, oh come on, you only used your 2 pills on Jackie and you could win this, okay? You could win this. You probably are going to win this, and it's my go. And yeah, but that they won't. I'm trying to have a rant, and it's actually kind of difficult. I don't know how shawnredkid does this, playing matches and ranting at the same time. Because I have ranted a lot in my life in regards to stuff. So I would say I've had a lot more practice, but props to shawnredkid, this is more difficult than it looks. But yeah, I have not gone on to the group of leavers that pisses me off the most. And that is people who leave when they've put all their pills into their finishing blow as such, and I end up thwarting them by overpilling myself or using a damage reducer. Right. This especially likes to happen when I need to do the KO mission. I don't mind them leaving when it's a general win such a amount of fights with a certain clan. It is when it says win such an amount of fights by knockout in general, or by knockout with a specific character, because I have my specific character all primed and ready to bash the heck out of everyone, and then it's like, such a person has left the battle. Oh, I can't rage too loud at the moment, because as I said, I know the soundproofing in here is alright, but if I end up raging like really badly, someone's gonna be like, are you okay, Soph? Yeah, they don't know me as Miho, they actually know me as Sophie, and we're playing Grax. So, I wonder if they're gonna do the whole... Well, actually, should I use Burdock or should I use Wookie? Wookie. Oh, I should use Wookie. Wookie. Is that song from DDR? That's what I was trying to... Okay. Watch him. Go on, watch him. Watch him leave now. You're gonna leave. Wow, you're actually not gonna leave. You know, it's probably because I don't need to KO. I just need to win. And I don't even need to win the match. I just have to do the damage. I just love how my little rant has just dissolved into nothing. Nah. I guess it's not really worth raging too much about levers, because it happens. But I can safely say that I have never physically left a match. Or actively left a match. The only time I've technically left matches is when my connection has gone funny, and it does, because I tend to record these videos earlier in the day, when there's barely anyone online. I mean, you probably think, well, 6,800 and odd is a big number, Miho. And I'm thinking, yeah, but you can get to the point where there's like 12 and 13,000 on. And because it's really busy, that's why I never record at like 7 and 8 o'clock. I always record like early in the morning or earlier in the day. But yeah, it can cause quite a few timeouts. And so this is why I said actively leave instead of just timeouts, because they are more often than not due to connection problems instead of cheap stalling. And you're probably like, yeah, but there are people who do stalling like deathmatch and Survivor, well, not Survivor as much, but tournaments. And I'm thinking, yeah, well, most of my time is spent in Fight Club, where there's not really any benefit to you if you try and stall your opponent. guess if it's in happy hour. Okay, let's talk about happy hour for a minute. Brilliant concept. And I do like how they've picked 2 times in the afternoon. But you think they'd do one like early in the morning as well for all the American people? Because 4 o'clock in France is, well no, sorry, 5 o'clock in France is 4 o'clock over here. And I have no idea what time that is for American people. I know they can be 5, 6, 7 or even 8 hours behind us. And we're an hour behind France, so yeah, it's kind of like, could you just please do that? I mean, it doesn't really particularly bother me because I'd be asleep, but alright, why would you do that? Why would you use half the pills on Clara? Unless you're planning a 2-hit KO, which I think you are. I think you're gonna try and finish it off with bubbles because you can't make use of the ability. I'm just trying to think. Sleem, you're gonna be 3, 4, 5, 6. You're gonna be 7 anyway. No, you're gonna be 8. Frickin' heck, you're gonna be 8 anyway. So I'm actually going to look out for you. And okay, so we're gonna use Gretchen because we can. Hopefully they won't try and go for the KO, and then we can use Gina. We'll use Wookie if they use Umbra. Right, if we survive next turn, we'll use Wookie if they use Umbra, and we'll use Gina if they use Sleem. I've actually tended to do a lot more of this recently. Just thinking, right, if I survive this turn, I'm going to use them for them and them for them, and I'm just going to say, right now, I've barely seen any Montana being played anywhere. I think last week was the last time I saw a Montana. And the bloody booter was in the hand. I was almost sick. Tino always seems to appear when I'm trying to eat. It's like, oh, I've got a sandwich. Here's a sandwich from Tesco. I need to eat it. I need to get some dinner down me. Oh, great, Tino. Hi. I don't mind his first form now. But it's that final form, it's just, I'm going to say stuff that you guys have all heard before, but it's just disgusting. I will say I have learnt to accept cannibalism a lot more, but I still wouldn't do it, and yeah, you went in for the kill. I'm going to say accept cannibalism, I mean tolerate it. Just thinking back to that South Park episode with the Museum of Tolerance, it's like, when he's like, no, it's not acceptance, it's the Museum of Tolerance. If it was all about accepting people, it'd be called the Museum of Acceptance, you dumbasses. And let me just check what time we're on. I think we're good for, hang on. Wait, I'm trying to just figure out the time in here. Actually no, we'll stop it there because my head's actually a bit fuzzy at the moment and I can't seem to count. So anyway, as I said, not officially broken hiatus, but you know, I hope to get some more videos out there soon when I get a bit more meditation done. Before I declared hiatus, I was just under 3,000. I am now on 5,500, and that is over half for meditation, so I'm doing quite well. Still haven't finished my, well, not finished, still haven't started my 5,000 word research project, but I can't think what to write it on at the moment. But anyway, I shall see you guys sometime in the future, hopefully. Hope the rant falling into nothing didn't annoy you guys too much. But anyway, I shall see you, and sayonara.